Today we'll talk about what is a candlestick chart, how to identify support and resistance, and finally what is swing trading. Please watch this video till the very end. My name is Samvik Thakur and you're watching Check with SK. So to understand a candlestick chart, the best way would be to just directly see it, right? So if you can now see the screen, so here you can see it's a simple, this is a candlestick complete chart of Infosys Limited, right? That a video which I have talked about in the previous session, that I have bought it and why, and the reasons are there. You can maybe have a look at it, but yeah. So talking about the details, so this is how a candlestick looks like, right? You can see a lot of candles. These small bars are actually called the candles, right? The red one indicates that on that particular day, right, the stock price has fallen, right? So if you see for each day, this is one single candle, right? The green ones indicate that the price has moved up from the initial day of opening, from the initial price of opening, and then close at a higher price point. Right now we can also see some vertical lines in here, that means that was the overall fluctuation of the price. For example, let me just go here. Yeah, so now if you see like somewhere around this, right, on day 9/22/2021, 1716 was the closing price, right? But the stock price even went up to almost 1740, yeah. So it goes up and then comes down. So a single tail line is made, a line is made, but the complete bar only decides the opening and the closing price, right? So if it's a red candle, right, now let's discuss the details how to know the day closing and day opening, right? So for a green candle, let's talk about the green candle first. As I told you, a green candle suggests that the closing point has been the higher as per to the opening point, right? So in this particular candle, if you see, if the opening price was, let's say, around 1700, the closing price is 1780, right? So the upper end of the bar is the closing price for a green candle, and the lower side of the bar is the opening price. Similarly, for a red candle, the upper part is the opening price, and the lower part of the particular bar, and not the line, particular bar is the closing price, right? So I hope this is clear so far now. So what's the use of it, right? So here basically you can deduce a lot of things in here, right? The first one would be to know a resistance and a support, right? So how do you find a resistance and support? So first, before even finding them, let's talk about what are resistance and what are supports. Resistance is what is the name suggests, right? It resists the movement of a stock price. So let's say if a stock price is moving constantly upwards, let's say to a certain point, but it is not able to clear a particular price point. It goes to a, let's say, X price and then comes down, again goes to an X price and again comes down. That particular point is the resistance point of that, right? Okay, so let's identify some resistance points in here. Okay, so if you see this particular thing, if you see this particular range in here, you will see the stock has come up to this particular range several times and fallen back, several times fallen back, again came up and fallen. So what does this say, right? So that this, whenever it comes to this point, it falls back. So here's an opportunity to short a trade. Now what's a shorting, a trade, and all these things will come into the later videos, but shorting is simply, as for your understanding, you sell a stock first and then buy it. That means if you know that a particular stock X is gonna fall, or you say that there's a 90% probability that this particular stock will fall, what you will do is you'll sell it now and then buy it later when it falls down, right? So again, if you see you bought at a low price and sold at a higher price, that's how it works, right? So this is the resistance. Now what's the support, right? It's exactly what it sounds, right? If a price point falls and comes to a price point after which it does not fall and keeps going upwards, right? It comes to a certain point and then goes upward, comes to a certain point and goes upwards, that's a support, right? So let's identify a support over here. Let me change the color, right? So if you see this particular zone, right? If you see this particular zone here, the stock prices have gone up until this point, then risen up, gone to this point, risen up, gone to this point, risen up. This has done multiple, it has not broken that particular thing, right? So now the first question that should be coming to your mind is, what if it breaks the support and the resistance, right? So the usual scenario is, if a resistance is broken, right? If a price point was continuously hitting, let's say 1750 for Infosys, but coming down, after it clears the resistance of 1750, that particular resistance becomes the support for that particular stock, right? So we will see the examples over here as well, but that's a general idea. The same thing goes for the support as well. If a stock continuously hits its support, but somehow it falls even below the support zone, now that particular price will now become its new resistance in the shorter term, right? So let's identify those things in here. Okay, so where can we find those? Okay, so here it was, okay, it broke and then, yeah, okay, cool, it's very nearby. If you were able to spot it, it's great. If not, let's see. So if you see over here, it kind of acts as a very small resistance. I won't say this is a resistance exactly, but in the shorter duration, this can be considered as a resistance. It went up, came down, again went up, came in this particular zone, right? So now if you see, the support was created somewhere near that, right? I'll take another example and that will be much clearer in that, but yeah, I just wanted to show this particular thing to you. Okay, now let's see if there's any other example. Let me go down, go back. This has been in an uptrend rally, so it's usually difficult to find these things, but yeah, there will be a few. Okay, so let's see this one. Okay, so this was very clear here, right? This is the support zone. This is another support zone. Okay, let me draw these things for a better view. Let me zoom in a little for you guys, and then here, yeah. This is a particular support zone. This is a very strong support zone. So this, right? So these are called the support and resistance concepts. Let's take another example and let's see if you are able to find out some support and resistance, and then we'll talk about the swing trades, how to take few swing trades and what. This is another good stock, Coromandel International. You can read about it on Ticker Tape or any other platform. You'd like what it does, specialty chemicals and all other things. But let's just see the technicals of it. This is a candlestick chart of it, right? I love candlestick charts. So now let's find some support and resistance game over here, and then maybe we'll see what happens, right? So the first eye-catching resistance, right? The eye-catching resistance would be this zone. Okay, let me draw. Okay, then let me choose the color. Okay. I hope this was pretty obvious for you guys as well. This is a clear resistance zone, right? It goes to a particular price point till here, comes back, goes to that, comes back. That's right. It's pretty simple. Talking about the support zone. Okay, let me change the color. Okay. Yeah, this is a clear support zone, right? This is a pretty clear support zone for me. I hope you guys are able to see this again. It went up, came down, but again went up, right? It came down, again went up, came down, went up. This is a very strong support zone. Now we have already studied that a particular support zone, if broken, becomes the resistance for the coming term. So if you see over here, this fell below our support zone. So now it's obvious to know that this will be the resistance. So as you can see, if it goes up, it came back as soon as it hit its resistance. It came back. It again went up and again came back. If you extend this particular thing, right? If I just extend this particular thing, you see this is where it's heading towards, right? This again. So right now it's currently again the stock prices are trading in a resistance zone. As soon as this breaks this particular resistance, it will actually move forward up until here, because there seems to be no resistance for me, and again some kind of resistance will be taken by this stock over here, right? Around 916 figures, right? Is it a good buy? Yes, you might want to, if you do your own diligence. It's not a buying recommendation or in any way, right? Do your own due diligence, but this looks to me as a good scale for buying it. You can almost make a profit of around 55 rupees, 55 rupees per share, right? So I've already taken this trade. I took it around over here, right? I took it around over at 795, and I've sold it for 875 kind of thing, right? So I've taken a good 10%, 12% return in this particular stock. So this was this. Okay, cool. So now let's talk about the swing trades. What exactly are the swing trades? Right, swing trades are basically you see a price action movement, right? This is a price action movement, and you know ki okay, if it is trading at a support level, let's just buy it, right? If you're confident there's nothing wrong with the stock fundamentally, or let's say with the news, you can just buy that stock knowing that it might go upwards, right? And then just wait for it for a certain target, and then so for example, just taking an example over here for Coromandel, it has already now crossed its resistance level and is staying stable. Buying it right now would give you a return of like almost 55 rupees per share, right? Which is not exactly 10%, but even if you try to wait for it, it might give you even 10% results from here, right? So it would be a good swing trade right now. So swing trades are basically a short-term trades, right? So I've been almost talking about long-term investing, but in long-term investing, what happens is the money is usually stuck into your stockbroker for a very long time. What you want to do is you want to rotate your money and like increase it in the process. So what happens is I have bought Infosys, I'll sell it, I'll buy Coromandel, I'll sell Coromandel, I'll buy another stock. So this is swing trading, right? I just buy one stock, make small profit by mean 10%, 12% profits. I sell that particular stock and then buy next one using the price action movement. The only thing which I consider doing in this particular scenario is making sure that fundamentals are very strong. Reason being, if any wrong news comes up, let's say if a company's demerger is happening or merger is happening, or let's say there's a change in board of directors, right? The stocks might fall or rise up in like massive way, right? Let's say this particular stock goes down by 200. Now what now, right? You're stuck with the loss. So the only thing about a fundamentally good company is either now or in a year later, it will come back to that price, whatever you bought, right? So that's the minimizing the risk is one of the important things. I hope you get to learn something in this video. There are a lot of technicals that I need to talk about. There's moving average, daily moving average, right? 20-day moving average, 50-day moving average, 100-day moving average. What is ATR, average true range, right? What is money flow index, MFI, which we call as what is relative strength index, RSI, what is MACD. So I make use of all these different mathematical ratios and then combine that to do the swing trading, right? It's not just playing with support and resistance. This is a good indicator, but don't solely depend on this, right? Do it with fundamentally strong stocks. I'll recommend you. This will help you to at least start with the swing trading, but don't just focus too much on this because there are a lot of things that we need to know. Okay, so whatever you want to do, please let me know in the comment section below what exactly you want to learn, what you want me to make videos on. I'll try to do my best. This was one of the recommendations from the comments to talk about candlestick. I thought why not do that, right? And if you learned anything from this video, please like the video and share it with your friends so that they also learn. Let the YouTube algorithm know that this is a good video and spread it even more, and let's make India financially strong, financially intelligent citizens, right? So yeah, thanks for watching till now. Hope to see you in the next video. Take care.
Lit. Roll up to the party, roll up to the party, roll up to the party, roll up to the